Blizzard.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Do you ever feel, no. Blifford's back and he's got it going on. Today, I've got a plan for the video. Instead of just running all willy-nilly about, just figuring it out as I go, I've decided to come up with an idea for the video, which is actually crazy. So we're gonna be doing upgrades on the base. I neglect my base so much. I think that's one of the biggest parts of the game, and for people to watch is for you to have good builds. I think that the cabin that we have right here is a pretty good build so far, but it's just not peak, you know? I really enjoy my little alchemist table up there that I built last episode, but this backyard, right? It's a little ugly. It's okay, but it's a little ugly. It's got tables just thrown around everywhere. I am not excited about breaking all the tables and then having to remember which ones need to be upgraded again. I'll probably write it down as I go. The plan is to create some sort of underground chest room beneath the back courtyard for all of my loot and goodies. After the basement, we will make a simple courtyard up top encapsulated by a stone wall. This will be used for all my crafting stations like the armor and weapon stands, which will have a cool blacksmith themed station. So I'm really going to take my time with this build. I'm going to knock out this floor so we have one more step down, and then it'll be like an even deeper level. Then I can have bigger walls around here like they are right now. And one thing that's really going to work out is I don't have to remove these chests till the end of the build. My one thing that I'm going to do with this centerpiece is that's where our forge is going to be. So we're going to put a big forge right in the center. So we'll have a lava pool, and then I don't know, whatever, but we're going to have the toolbox that goes right there for the forge on top, and then the forge lava hopefully should run down through lighting up the room below us, which is kind of my hope. So I have just come over to my barn I was getting wood, you know. I came over to my barn to check on the animals, and some wolf somehow got in my buffalo pen and killed my buffaloes. So now we have to go get more buffaloes. Not cool. I don't know how they really got in there. I don't know if animals can just hop fences like that, whatever. I think that if we have a fence out here, it's gonna have to be too high, so that way wolf can't get in my fence, so that way the buffalo can roam and not have to worry about being slaughtered by wolves. So my idea for this basement is to basically just get it big enough to cover the entirety of the backyard, and then we're gonna make it tall and mine out enough and make it tall and decorated enough to where it looks really nice and it does what it needs to do, which is provide the supply of my items to my workbenches, so that way when I need something, it's just I can work on my workbench from above and I don't have to look at any of the chests while I do it. So the basement is done. I have the stairwell down here from the up here. I still have to work on the floor and everything. We're gonna get to it. Everything's going to happen. I will not be boring everybody with the whole process because it is going to take me quite some time. But I will head downstairs. We have a full hollowed out basement. I will change the floor, the ceiling, the walls, etc. Everything is going to look different. So we're going to get started on that. We're going to go for it. Yeah, everything's about to look a lot different. We're going to get to it. So let's just do it. So I've decided to go with this kind of checkered pattern on the floor 3 ways. I'm not sure how I feel about these blue stripes in the middle, I'm thinking of changing that up to something else. Maybe continuing the checkered pattern all the way through, like adding another stripe of it and getting rid of the blue stripe and adding the checkered line. Otherwise, I had looked at the possibility of throwing in the stone. I guess I'm going to look at it again when I finish the actual build. I'm going to work on the walls now. We're going to figure out how we want these walls to look, and then we'll move on from that. All right, so here we are. We got a little bit of a work in progress here. We've got one wall finished over here. I think it's looking pretty good. I want to make it look less like a build that I would build in Minecraft, you know, like this is only the start of it. I'm working on it very much. It's just something that I want to do to challenge myself to make it a little bit more hytale, less Minecraft, do something that is not done in Minecraft. So I'm thinking of adding like some fence posts here, and maybe like blocking off. I don't even know yet. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm just flowing. I'm building as I go. I'm just trying to be as creative as possible so that way I can build something that people are going to like the way it looks and think it's really cool. I'm going for like a little temple basement. Like, it's going to be pretty sick. It's a storage room. I mean, that's simply all it is. It's just this fucking storage room. Yeah, and we'll figure out how we want it to look. So I think it's going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 chests on each of the walls. And then I was thinking of having maybe some chests down the center, like right here, up this wall, up this wall. I'm not sure yet, you know, like maybe just put chests in a circle around this pillar. Ooh, that's a good idea. I'm liking that idea. And then having like some sort of light source hanging down in the center there. We'll figure it out when we go, so let's figure that out. Okay, so one thing that I realized when I was playing and doing my build is that when I'm putting down chests, right, I have my chests right here probably, I think like right above me basically. And if I were to place a table down here, right, it's not close enough to the chest to allow me to pull stuff out of the chest and use it in my bench. But now I can because I added a little teeny beeny mod. I don't care if you guys give 2 shits about my mods. It's happening. The mod's already done. We're done with it. We're moving on. So yeah, I've completed the basement down here. Now I just have to add some chests in the walls and then other decorations that I feel like adding. I'm thinking of, instead of putting chests in the center here in multiple ways and taking up the space, I decided that I'd put a bookshelf that spirals up into the ceiling. Then we'll wrap it up with some fence posts that are like the same color as these, so we'll see how it looks. So I've adjusted this basement a little bit over here on this end where I didn't have anything going on and I wasn't going to have any chests over here. I decided that I'd just put this here. I think that it looks pretty good instead of having it up in the farm area, and that way I can actually turn the farming area into more of a farming area instead of a shrine. Not sure what I have planned for this farm up here. I think that'll happen in a different episode. This is how I wanted our basement to look, so I think it looks pretty great. I think I might put planters here in the middle instead of bookshelves. Books would be really cool, but I'm not sure what I would want to do with them, so I may put books over here on the sides where I don't really have much going on. Maybe take out this and then fill it with books. We'll see what I want to do with that yet, but I'm starting to think that this might be a really good idea right here. Maybe just throw some different lighting elements on here, you know? Like, I'm not too sure where everything's gonna go. I really gotta work around with it, but I'm really liking this wall. I think that looks sick for our basement. It's turning out really nice. I love how this place looks. Alright, so the backyard is prepped and ready for its remodel. There's not much that's going to happen besides like getting all the benches set up and figuring out how I want the benches to look. I decided that I'm not going to go with a center forge right here. I think that I want my forge to be like in the corner a little bit. I'm not sure how I'm going to get lava. I want lava, but I'm pretty sure that there's no way of picking it up. I'm going to have to look and see if there's a way of picking up lava. I'm pretty sure there's not, so we're kind of screwed there. But besides that, we can start loading this place up with chests. I just need to get the wood and materials to make all the chests that I want. Alright, we're getting very, very close. I just have to put some more lighting out here. Everything from up here has been moved down into the basement, so we're done. I've totally stored everything in our new storage base. I love how it looks. The only things that I'm doing is like this row is decorative stuff, so like that's how I know it's decorative, is all the different types of chests. All the other chests though, I'm just gonna have to commit by memory until they fix signs and figure out how to make signs work in this game. And then my good chests are gonna be my gold chests, so filled with all my like super good stuff. We still have to go to use the ancient gateway. I think next episode I will work on doing the ancient gateway, because this one I focused on purely just working on the base and getting stuff done here at the base. Next episode, I think that I'm really going to work on trying to move forward into the story and see how I can get to those places. So maybe doing the ice realm, because I don't think it costs too much to go there. So we'll go check it out, see what happens in the ice realm and fight the dragon. I know we can always go back and figure that out again, so we're not like spoiling ourselves on anything. We're not using up a mission, and we're not going to be able to, it's not like we're not going to be able to go back, you know. So one thing I just did was I upgraded my bed. I think that my bed was a little bit outdated, so here we go. There we go. New bed, looks amazing. Blifford's bed. Wow, look at that. So here's one booth. This is kind of a sneak peek as to what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to be setting up like themed little booths for our building. And here, like, as you can see, like when I go in here, I have access to all my stuff now. Even though it's right below me, I still have access to all of it. I can actually make every single one of the crystals. So I kind of feel like I should. This one's the frozen one. Now that I'm like in here, I'm going to do this because that's crazy that I can do that. Okay, so I am complete. I am done. I have all of our stuff set up here now. We have all of our benches placed out now. We have our furnaces, we have our armorer's workbench, we have our blacksmith anvil, we have our farmer's bench, we have our furniture bench, we have everything we need. Arcanus, I will work on ideas to like spruce it up even more. I really like my little forge area and my Arcanus workshop. My other things that I have to work on for sure would be this one. All of my benches are pretty much max tier except for my farming one. Farming is something that I really need to get into and work on. So this episode, we're gonna leave it at that. We might add some furniture back here, make everything look a little bit better, but all of my tables are here where I need them. I have my furniture one right here, just sitting right where I want it. I'll have the ability to have access to everything I need. Other than that, I believe I did most of what I wanted to get done in this video. I had 3 objectives: barn, this backyard and storage place, and I also had my farm. And I've only somehow in the 7 hours that I've been playing this game today, I've only happened to finish acquiring this backyard, working on this, and building my basement. We're either going to go to a new dimension, or we are going to build the sickest farm ever. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Blifford.